Hey guys, welcome back. My name is Felita and I am the owner of Seasons Candle Company. On this channel, I am documenting my journey of becoming a small business owner. In today's video, we will be discussing how to pick fragrance oils as well as how I blend my fragrance oils. So if that sounds like something you would be interested in, please stay tuned. Okay guys, so as I stated in the intro, today we're talking about how to pick fragrance oils as well as how to blend those fragrance oils once you've selected them. If you are looking for a video that's going to give you some type of foolproof way to pick fragrance oils, this is not the video for you. Actually, I don't think that there is a video out there. There is no magic way to pick fragrance oils. Everyone has a different method as to how they choose fragrance oils, but I will let you know what I've done and some of the mistakes that I've made. So let's just jump right in. The first thing that I think you need to do when you're trying to decide what fragrance oil to select is just taking inspiration from the things that are around you. If you're at the mall and you get a whiff of something and you say, oh, that's cinnamon and vanilla, then consider buying a cinnamon and a vanilla fragrance oil and blending those two scents until you reach your desired fragrance. But just take inspiration from things that are around you. You know, if you're doing laundry and you get that fresh linen scent, you know, you may want to use that. But that is what I did. And then one other thing that is really, really important is just taking note of what you like and what you don't like when you combine some of those fragrances. So if I took fresh cut grass and a sparkling grapefruit, have no idea how that would smell together, but if I blended those two scents and I thought, the grapefruit is a little bit too fruity for me, I may add in a little bit more of the fresh cut grass. And that's what I mean by taking note of what you blend or what you combine, so that you'll know exactly what it is you like or what you don't like. You may get those two fragrances and decide, you know what, I'm not using those two fragrances, but you have to take really good notes so you won't keep going down that same road as far as making some of the same mistakes. One other thing that I would suggest is trying different companies. Different scents may smell different depending on where you get them from. As you can see here, I have a plethora of companies that I've ordered from. I have Midwest Fragrance Company. There's Nature's Garden. There's Lone Star. I have the Candle Maker Store, Flaming Candle Company, Nature's Garden. So I have a ton of different companies, and some of the companies I've ordered the same fragrances from, and they actually smell different. And that really leads us to another point, which is don't buy the larger bottles. If you're just starting out and you don't know if you're going to like a particular scent, I would recommend you getting just a smaller sample size of a particular fragrance, because there is nothing worse than purchasing a ton of fragrance oil and you get it and you decide you don't like it. You find out that that's not what you thought it was. So I would definitely recommend doing the sample sizes of the jars, or I'm sorry, of the fragrance oils, and deciding at that point if you like them. Okay, so now you've ordered your sample size jars or sample size containers of your fragrance oil. Then what do? This is the fun part for me anyway. What I would recommend you do is what I call the Q-tip test, and I've seen it a couple of other people use this same method of testing or blending fragrances. Now some of you may buy a particular fragrance and know that that's the only fragrance you want to use in your melts or your candles or whatever, and then there are other people like me that we blend our fragrances. We want a custom scent. So for those of you that want custom scents, what I would recommend, instead of you just taking your sample sizes of whatever you've purchased and wasting a lot of oil trying to decide if you like those 2 scents together, what I use is a Q-tip method. I get a glass jar, and whatever scents I decide, if I am deciding on sparkling grapefruit and almond, I'll do a 50% mix, like a 50-50 mix. And what that means is I'll use one end of my Q-tip, I'll dip it in the almond, and then the other end of the Q-tip, I'll dip it in the grapefruit. And then from there, I'll put it in the jar and I'll seal it. Normally within 5 or 10 minutes, you'll know if you like that scent. And from there, that's where I meant, or when I said earlier, you can decide if you want to tweak that fragrance. So you may open it up and decide your grapefruit is way too strong for you. So you want to add another part of your almond. So you dip it in and you put that in the jar and you seal it. At that point, you need to make sure that you make your notes that you've used 2 parts almond, 1 part grapefruit, so that when you do your formulas, you can decide whether, you know, how you're going to do your fragrance load as far as your formula is concerned. So it's really, really important to keep really good notes on the fragrance and the load amounts that you're using. I always start out with like a 50-50, 50% of one and 50% of the other, and just stick it in the jar. And then from there, I can kind of tweak it if it's too sweet or not sweet enough, or, you know, just whatever it is that I'm trying to achieve with that particular fragrance. So that is what I consider the Q-tip test. You can actually get the actual fragrance strips from Candle Science. I think they're about $5 or $6, but I had a ton of Q-tips. You can get them at the dollar store for like 99 cents, and I already had a ton of these jars here, so that worked well for me. And you can probably find little glass jars at the dollar store for little or nothing. So that's basically what I did. And then really at that point, you're ready to start blending. And that's basically just tweaking this, you know, trying to decide exactly how much of what fragrance you're going to use. And that's also going to depend on the fragrance load that you're using for your melts or for your candles or what have you. Okay guys, that was pretty much it. That was all I had for you today. As you can see, the actual process of selecting the fragrance oils, there is no scientific method to it. There is no right way or wrong way to go about selecting the fragrance oils. Just take inspiration from the things that are around you and from those fragrances that you think you might like. And just kind of go from there. I didn't want this video to be super long. I did want to just kind of go over, you know, what I'm doing. This is actually, you know, where I am. I've actually already formulated my spring and my summer scents. So, and that's the process that I used. So I will take you guys along with the next step. I'm not sure exactly when that'll be. I'll try to get another video out to you guys later on this week. But if you enjoyed the content, please consider subscribing. If you have any comments about anything that I've gone over today, just leave it in the comment section below. Hit the like button so that you'll know when I upload additional videos, and also it'll get me into the YouTube algorithm. So anyway, thank you guys so much, and I hope you enjoyed it. Bye.